The month of July is coming to an end, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for another channel update. Coming up. Hey there underwater filmmakers, how are you doing? Good to see you back here at the Underwater Filmmaking School and to today's channel update. A monthly format that I use to keep you in the loop with everything that is happening here on the channel and with the Underwater Filmmaking School. Now looking back at the month of July, unfortunately there is not a lot of things that I can tell you that's been going on the channel for a couple of different reasons. First of all, at the beginning of the month I was taking some time off. I needed a break and I headed up into the Swiss mountains and did a couple of days of hiking and just enjoying the mountain air and the views and everything that comes along with it. After coming back to Zurich later on in the month, I actually was very excited to start testing out all the different pieces of gear that I had been given or sent to by my partners and companies I work with, like Backscatter with the new macro wide 4300 underwater video light that I'm very excited to test out. The GoPro with some accessories, the GoPro Hero 9 that is. I've also gotten from Paralens their latest underwater dive camera, which is the Vaquita, and from the company Divefog I've got a housing for smartphones, an underwater housing for smartphones that actually works or that actually enables the touch screen to work underwater as well. So I was very excited to do as many dives as I possibly can and test out all these pieces of gear. Unfortunately, as I was back in Zurich, the weather changed dramatically. We started getting a lot of rain. Our rivers, our lakes, they started to flood. There was some really nasty floodings in certain places in Switzerland, and some of the lakes actually got closed off for recreational activities. So I wasn't even able to get in the water and dive for quite a few days. So making a long story short, that's the reason why there wasn't really any review videos on my channel in the past month. But I promised you, as soon as the weather changes, the water levels drop and the visibility gets to somewhere acceptable here in our lakes, I'll be back in the water testing all these pieces of equipment for you and then releasing the reviews one after another. So I'm hoping to be able to get the reviews done as quickly as possible and share it with you guys so you can have an idea of what I think about all these pieces of equipment. But I wasn't just sitting around on my butt doing nothing for the past weeks. I was actually using that time and intensifying the work that I've put into creating my first online underwater videography course. As you might know, it is meant to be launched at the end of August and I'm still sticking to this date. This date is set in stone. I'm very determined to release the course at the end of August. Now, in my previous channel update, I announced that I was going to give away one of these online underwater videography courses to a lucky one of you as a little thank you for all the support that you guys are giving me through this channel here and even making it able for me to continue creating that content for you. So initially I said I was going to keep the registration open until the end of July for your chance to win an online underwater videography course. But because there's been such a high interest and I've received registrations pretty much every single day ever since I announced it, I've decided to prolong that time frame. So now you can actually register all the way through to the 25th of August. After that date, I will draw a lucky winner and I will announce it in my next channel update at the end of August. So if you haven't registered for your chance to win my brand new online underwater videography course, which is worth $198, follow the link down in the video description below, which will take you to my website and a little registration form where you can leave your name and email address and you'll get into the draw to have a chance to win that online underwater videography course. Good luck. Last but not least, I also want to say thank you to every one of you who have commented on the last video from last week here on the channel, where I actually showed you around my new studio in Zurich and I introduced you to all the different shooting setups that I've created here in the studio for the different content I'm creating here. I've asked you to let me know which one of the setups you liked most, and thank you very much for all the comments I've received there. Now, if you've seen that video, you will probably notice that this setup here is none of the ones that I have introduced to you back then. And there's a very simple reason for it. This is the specific setup that I've come up with that is going to be featured in my online underwater videography course. And there's a simple reason for it. I needed a table to actually be able to show and demonstrate stuff to you, and that's why I've come up with this additional setup that is only going to be used in the online underwater videography course for now. But if this setup appeals to you, let me know down in the comment section below. I might even include it as a regular setup into the other videos that will be published here on the channel. And that's already it for our July channel update here at the Underwater Filmmaking School. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with me. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've got something out of it, please do hit that like button, letting me know that that's the case, and also consider subscribing to the channel so you're not missing out all the cool review videos that will come out here hopefully very soon on this channel. Thanks again for your time. Happy bubbles, and enjoy taking footage of your underwater adventures and sharing it with your loved ones. I will see you in the next video.